Hello, ladies. Shamara Daniels here, natural health consultant for women, taking you all on a self love internal healing journey. So, I be cooking up skincare. And, when I first got into this, you know, um, I had to go back and re educate myself and everything, after, man told me, I was going to die. I had to find the Most High. And when I found the Most High, I was gifted knowledge, but it didn't come for free. What I'm saying? I had to work at it. I had to do a lot of fasting. I had to do a lot of praying. I had to learn how to quiet my mind by meditation. I had to use some crystals, to heal some energy centers in my body, chakras. As a nurse, I was all up in the system. I believed what they told me. I believed that we were actually healing people, but once I healed myself and I re-educated myself from all the brainwashing that was done throughout my life, I realized that food is medicine if you use it correctly, and what we put on our bodies absorb into our pores and get into our bloodstream. And you might eat good and exercise and do all that stuff, but then you're putting things on your body that do cause mental health, that do shut down the immune system. Um, so I'm always trying to heal on a cellular level. The whole body's made of cells. And so with that knowledge, I think to myself, okay, if this is good for my cells internally, then what I'm saying, this has to be good for what I'm saying, the skin. And so I went back to become a formulator. I had to learn nutrition. What I'm saying? I went back to school to become a natural health consultant. I changed my nursing license to a holistic one. Like I said, you know, uh, when man couldn't cure me and I had to go to the Most High, this knowledge didn't come, for free. I had to literally, I'm saying, dig into all kind of books. I had to get into the Bible, which, I'm saying, a lot of people just think, is some type of physical book, a storybook. But to me, it's my history book. And once I learned that, and once I realized who I was as a person, and that the Most High lives inside of me, once I do the work and go back to following, the law, statutes, and commandments, I literally, because, I realized that, if you don't follow these, not a lot of people are under this curse, but I will say, me as a person, I'm speaking for myself. I'm not speaking for everybody because it's a spiritual curse. And so, I was up underneath this curse. And when I realized that, I had to revert back to doing what, I'm saying, my ancestors were doing before they went into spiritual captivity, so to speak. So I try to help women, because I realize, we are the Garden of Eden. When Moses is breaking down all those rivers, physically, I don't know where that might be, but spiritually, each river represents something that happens inside of a woman's body before she actually gives birth to a child. We as women are only the carriers, for the spirit. Um, the Most High created the spirit, and that's where I am as far as healing. Because we go through our whole lives egotistically wanting constantly, the media tells us we need this new iPhone, you know what I'm saying, and all these holidays then it's set up, we're stressing ourselves out trying to keep up with man, when God said, come to me and I will give you rest. And that's really where I am right now, in my rest mode, so to speak. But I'm trying to help people heal themselves, so the products that I put together, long story short, heal on a cellular basis, internally and externally. If that makes any sense. When you look at a lot of skincare products, they try to cut costs, because they're trying to make money, and you can't make money if, you're using all this expensive stuff. And, natural stuff usually tends to be more high because it's natural. And, just like, when I started my garden recently, I realized how hard it is, to grow. I'm saying, you have to constantly nurture and protect and, everything when it comes to, trying to grow food. And so when you think about the skincare industry, they don't have the time to put into growing, natural things to make natural skincare products. So that was my thought when I came up with Invigorating Miracles. You know, the body's a temple. I think it's important for us to get back to that understanding as a nation, as a people. I feel like my story will resonate with who it needs to resonate for. I'm saying? It's not for everybody, and I know that. You know, I'm targeting people who, so to speak, are going through a lot of mental health issues. I've been there. And if a doctor would have told me that it was stress that I was dealing with, then, I wouldn't have had to have my appendix out or my gallbladder, and I wouldn't have had to have all those exploratory surgeries. I wouldn't have to wean myself off of all those medications. I wouldn't have to really, go through half of the stuff that, I've been through with the medical field. I went into seizures because they couldn't figure out, certain things, with my glioblastoma, my tumor that I had, and so they were putting me on all these exploratory medications, and it caused me to start having seizures and, just one bad thing after another. you know um my story goes deep, and this is why I'm here. This is why I do this. So if you're here till the end, thanks for listening. Be great.